On this day, the anime-loving otaku Mahiro was watching a magical girl-themed anime that every robust boy would enjoy. Suddenly, the male protagonist's girly side burst forth as he imitated a magical girl. Unbeknownst to him, his little sister Mihari happened to walk in and witnessed the whole thing. Mihari was deeply moved to see that Mahiro had embraced his inner girl. She told Mahiro that she had a university event and needed to stay overnight on campus, so she asked him to look after the house. Before leaving, Mihari entrusted Mahiro with money for meals and gave him repeated instructions before uneasy departing. Once Mihari saw Mahiro walking away, he began to feel happy about the arrival of her freedom. First, Mahiro changed back into boy's clothes. Then he played video games in the living room. He later lay on the couch reading manga. Although he was indeed free, it didn't take long for Mahiro to start missing Mihari. To suppress this feeling of loneliness, he ordered a bunch of junk food for delivery. After devouring his meal, he suddenly choked on the food and remembered how Mihari would offer him water in such situations. Even though his stomach was full, he still felt emotionally empty. The next day, Mihari returned home. When she entered Mahiro's room, she found him looking defeated. Mahiro suddenly rushed into Mihari's arms. On that day, Mahiro had lost to Mihari in a video game, and as per their agreement, Mahiro had to run errands to the supermarket. Watching Mahiro walk away, Mihari couldn't help but wonder if Mahiro would someday find his own prince charming in his destiny. Mahiro, who suffered from social anxiety, hesitated at the bustling entrance of the supermarket. Suddenly, a cute boy approached and showed concern, even using the back of his hand to check if Mahiro had a fever. He then assured Mahiro that he could rely on him if he faced any difficulties. So, the two of them began shopping together. The boy reliably helped Mahiro gather all the necessary ingredients. And they walked side by side, mistaken by passers-by as a couple. It was at this moment that Mahiro realized her current identity as a girl. After completing the shopping, Mahiro felt embarrassed to look directly at Momiji. Unexpectedly, they encountered Kaede. And it turned out that the boy was actually a girl, Momiji, Kaede's sister. The reason Momiji wasn't wearing a skirt was because she found pants more convenient. At this point, Mahiro felt relieved. After returning home, Mahiro shared this incident with Mihari. On this day, Kaede came to visit Mahiro's house. Mahiro greeted Kaede but couldn't recognize Momiji, who was wearing a school uniform next to her. It was because Momiji was wearing a skirt that Mahiro felt her aura was different. Since Kaede had to study with Mihari, Momiji was entrusted to Mahiro's care. Remembering the erotic comics and anime figures in the room, Mahiro hurriedly went back to tidy up. This was the first time Mahiro was alone in a room with a girl, making her nervous. Momiji, on the other hand, thought Mahiro's room with all the gaming consoles was very masculine. Seeing a suspicious covered object, Mahiro quickly changed the subject and asked Momiji if she disliked wearing skirts. Momiji mentioned feeling chilly wearing a skirt. Mahiro resonated with this sentiment. Mahiro unintentionally said that he thought Momiji looked cute in a skirt. This caused Momiji to blush instantly and then hurriedly claim that Mahiro was even cuter. Playfully, they were about to start, but accidentally bumped into the nearby storage cabinet, causing erotic comics to scatter all over the floor. Mahiro quickly lied, saying that these erotic comics belonged to his older brother, who was studying at a university in another city, and that the room was designated for his use. He hadn't thrown them away because these books held his brother's memories. Later, Momiji told Mahiro that these books were harmful to mental and physical health, so they sealed away the erotic comics together. Momiji wanted to place a box full of comics into the storage cabinet, and Mahiro wanted to help. Unexpectedly, Momiji lost her balance suddenly, and they both fell to the ground. Momiji's hands landed on Mihiro's chest. Hearing the noise, Mihari and Kaede hurried over. The two quickly separated. In this way, Mahiro not only gained a big sister but also a new close friend.